Sad day for the running community. Ironman has officially banned athletes from using phones, GoPros, and even Oakley Meta glasses during the race. And this is honestly just, and I'm pissed because influencers are the reason why Ironman was even popular in the first place. The reason I signed up for 4 Ironmans is because of Nick Bare. And starting March 2nd, if you get caught recording yourself during the race, you will be immediately disqualified. They're saying this is for safety reasons, which is fair, but this begs an even bigger question. Are marathons next? And if you were not allowed to record yourself during the race, would you even sign up?
Oh my God, marathons are next, bro.
I'm not signing up for another marathon, to be honest.
Oh my God.
I don't think I can sign up. This is ridiculous.
You know what? We gotta end the podcast, bro.
And everything.
Gotta end the podcast.
And everything. I'm throwing away my running shoes.
I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. I'm high rocks. I'm doing high rocks now.
Bro, I'm not even doing that. I'm doing nothing.
For real.
I'm going on the couch. Catch me watching NBA basketball every night.
If they didn't see it, if it ain't on Strava, it didn't happen. It didn't exist.
Jeez, but let's talk about it. Because I'm Joshua Potts, Mr. Possible, all of the brother with the same mother, Aaron Potts, Super Hot Potts, and you're watching and listening to your favorite 2 Black runners every single
2 Black, 2 Stay. What's up, y'all? Hey, before we get into it, shout out to everybody that showed us that love on the post. We back. We really appreciate everybody just being, y'all was happy to see us back, man. That really motivates and drives us. You know what I mean? So appreciate all the love y'all been sending. We really been feeling that.
And first off, before we get into anything, happy International Women's Month.
There you go.
Hey, celebrate all the women out there. Y'all are amazing. Y'all know, shout out. I was just thinking of LeBron when he said that. But bro, let's talk about this, man. Y'all heard it in the beginning. I just thought that was a funny clip. This dude came from, I seen this on my Instagram a couple days ago. What's this dude's name? Zach Rancy, I think his dude name is. It looks like he is an Ironman dude, but has this information about Ironman is banning GoPros, electronic smartphones from their races. And potentially, I think he probably is right, marathons could be next. You feel me? Like, there may not be these electronic races. Aaron, I know you in the streets, you running, you preparing for racings right now.
I'm trying.
If this were to happen to a race that you prepared for, would you think of dropping out?
No. This makes me think we need a band. I'm all for recording yourself, but this is making me think we need a bandit. I'm like, damn. If this is where people is finding the main source of their motivation, you're not gonna get your main source of motivation from looking at your phone during the race and filming. Like, I'm sorry, you gotta go put your feet to the pavement. I don't know. That's weird to me, man. Like, I get it. I mean, I get it. Like, it's a fun thing, but don't forget, Joshua. Remember when we raced New York? Mr. Choi, Matt Choi.
Oh yeah,
was out there with a camera crew, so he almost ruined it for everyone already. Out there with people on like electronic bikes and skateboards. Like, come on, like that's why stuff be getting banned. We can't have people get hurt. So I don't know. That's pretty funny. He really said that with his chest. He really thought he was doing something with that, but no, like
he did. I do see where he's coming from though. To the fact of saying the media is what got him into it. You know, like seeing other people do it got him into like the sport and whatnot. But I don't think that should be a deterrent of like you not wanting to do it because you can't record yourself. Like that just doesn't seem.
And okay, this is what I'll argue against him too. His argument is going to be like, no, I wasn't saying like, he's like, no, me seeing someone, there might be someone out there, you know, because we talk about representation, it might be like, man, if I would have never saw that person during that race recorded, I would have never did X, Y, and Z. it's not like you could still record yourself on the regular runs and stuff. Like you could still find inspiration, but I think he's overreacting to it, like I don't know. I mean, Iron Man, you on a bike and stuff. I mean, you could be swimming
You a
and
bike, you swimming, you running, all that. And I just don't think I just think that's just not the proper the main thing is that that's just not the proper mindset when it comes to running. I was having this conversation the other day, actually, like yesterday, low key. We were talking about just running, and running can be intimidating a lot of times because it's like it's so broad, of somebody going up there is like, oh, I want to start running. I want to start doing more of like these endurance sports. You think that you have to do it all. You think you have to do it every single day, when in reality, you can just do it you can just train for a marathon. You can just train for something and see how you push yourself for 12 weeks up to a specific day, and that makes you a runner. And you can take a break after that, like a 5 months break, and then run again. It doesn't have to be this all encompassing beast that we do, but it really is just the discipline that we have to push ourselves for that period of time. If it's 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, that's where it comes to, not recording yourself and showing other people how hard you push yourself. Like, that's not the essence of it.
let's be real, bro. This man's mad because his check gonna be messed up. That's all
Hey,
we gonna be, man. Like I ain't trying to go. I don't know who this is, but I know that he makes money off of videos, and now he can't make money at Iron Man's.
you know what Iron well, you know what
That's
Marshawn
what it
Lynch
is.
said? Don't mess up my chicken.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
They messing with his chicken. So I get him. You
you
feel me?
could find another way, brother. You could find another way to do your thing and still get views, bro. But he looked at us. He looked at the running community like we was gonna back him. No, we not
Nah.
backing you. You making us look foolish. Don't do that.
Yeah, that
We
was
get
that
what you're
was
trying to say, but you're not saying it. That's
yeah.
all I'm saying. I ain't you not saying it. No. You
Yeah.
didn't you didn't eat with that one.
And there's a lot of running news to really get to, and just things going around and running culture. So it is like a great time to really be back and doing the podcasting. There's so much that's happening with influencers and with marathoning and road racing. And when it comes to the track and field world as well, that's just like such big news that we got to really talk about. This coming week is NCAA's. Is NCAA's is this coming week as well, and high school nationals is this week. So there's gonna be just so much track and field news. But we do have some topics that we gotta get to, Aaron, before we get out of here this week. We got some great stuff lined up for the rest of March as well. So I'm gonna ask you, Aaron, like, where do you want to start? Because Fred Kerley got banned, you feel me, for
Yeah.
2 years. We
Yeah.
got the LA Marathon, Nathan Martin hawking people down, the
Shout out.
controversy
Fastest
about
black man. Fastest black born American in the marathon, Nathan Martin. But keep going,
we got the
Joshua.
controversy also in the LA Marathon about getting medals at 18 miles that some
Uh,
people are feel a little conflicted about. And
yeah,
then we also have the US Half Marathon situation on the women's side, where people are getting led astray
crazy.
and people don't want to go to the World Road Running Championships anymore. So there's a lot of meat on the bone there, but where do you want to start first, Aaron?
Let's start. I'm just quick and easy. Let's start off with the LA Marathon. It'll trickle into what happened with the women, which has been crazy. But I ran the LA Marathon in 2023. It was hot, like it was this year. Shout out to my boy Matt. He raced. It looked great. The whole marathon looked great. But I did find it strange that, and I believe this was because it was hot. They said that they would be giving medals to people who finished up to 18 miles if you dropped out. Now, some people may be watching, y'all think that's cool. I think that's very weird behavior. I don't want to be the negative person today, but that's very weird behavior to me because one, if you train to complete a marathon and you went out there and you gave it your all, and for some reason you had to drop out at mile 18, why would you want a medal to commemorate that moment? You every time you look at that medal, you're gonna think about how you didn't finish that marathon. Every time you get it, every time somebody asks you about that LA marathon, they go, "Oh, what's this medal from?" "Oh, this is from the LA marathon where I dropped out at mile 18." That doesn't make any sense to me. Like that does not make any sense. And to be honest, y'all probably made some people drop out early because they out there and like, oh, I'm here for this medal. Like, I'm gonna get that medal at the end. I'm gonna push through, and then they're gonna be like, why would I do? I could just drop out right here and tell everyone I finished.
I don't know, bro.
I got the medal to prove it.
I don't know about all that, bro.
No, that's weird. No, I think that is weird behavior. There's no reason. Like the marathon is already a participation type of thing. Like it doesn't matter how fast you go. It's just about completing it. So does that not take away from like the essence of doing the marathon? It's like it's about like the completion. Like if you didn't complete it, I don't think that you should be getting a medal. I'm just being real. Like I wouldn't want a medal if I didn't complete the race.
But I don't know, bro. I saw a video. I think it was Purcell Duggar, Coach Duggar, whatever that dude's name. He made great points about this. And to be honest, like I didn't feel any type of way about it. Like I didn't feel any type. I never ran the LA Marathon. You feel me? Maybe that's why. But I just feel like it's hot, bro. It was hot this past weekend. And the big point that homie made that struck with me that we really need to think about, especially in these hot conditions, is that people die, bro. Like that's a real. Why you look at that's a real thing. That's a real thing. People die from heat exhaustion. People die from running marathons. The marathon started because a person died. You feel me? And we don't need nobody to die because they were out there running the LA marathon and then they fall out. Also from Purcell's video as well, he was talking about how like LA marathon, they do have a lot of kids that do be running the marathon too. You feel me? That have like, I believe it's Run for LA that they do that like every single year. There's a whole bunch of like 1,000 kids, maybe not that many, but like 1,000, maybe 500 kids that run the LA marathon every year. And like middle school, elementary, sixth graders running the LA marathon. So like, and then plus there are marathons that get canceled because of like heat. So like imagine paying all this money and your marathon gets canceled. You feel me? LA Marathon doesn't want to do that. So let's just make alternative to where like we'll have the early start time, early finish time, and you can still receive your medal. Like this is money in your pocket. Just like homeboy in last segment, don't mess with my chicken. Like if I still went out there and did it. I trained, I made it, but by the time time I started, bro, it was already 90 degrees. What you want me to do?
Nah, bro. I don't know. I don't care.
You want people to die?
Nobody's asking you to die. No one is asking anyone to die. Like, if you're gonna die, signing up that there's a possibility of this is extreme.
Some people don't know that, Aaron, bro. Some people don't know that.
That's your fault. When I did the LA Marathon, it was hot, bro.
I'm gonna look something up. Go ahead. I'm gonna look something up real quick. Bro.
I did it in 2024. I'm sorry. It was 2024. When I did it, it was hot. And you know what happened to me? I hit mile 20 and I had to stop. I was laying on the ground cramping. People had to come up to me with spraying me with stuff. I was cramping and walking, and I finished the race. It was cool. And that's not an uncommon story. That's not an uncommon story. But there's no shame in not finishing. If you didn't finish, you don't finish. You just drop out. I'm not going to, I pushed through and I was able to figure it out. There's ambulance, there's people on the course to make sure that you're safe. If you allowing your kid to run, you better read. You allowing your kid to run.
But this is
they don't need a medal though. They can do this, but they don't. If you didn't finish, you come back again, you try again, you go up against those conditions, you don't need a medal.
Yes, you do. The point? This is why, for one, you okay, do need a medal, especially you do need a medal, or it's not that they need a medal, but LA Marathon, they're being gracious enough to grant them this because they know a lot of people are going to be impeded by the high temperatures, and they're aware of their customers.
The temperatures have been this hot before.
At the end of the day, this is a business. You feel me? At the end of the day, they're trying to meet their customers where they're at, that there's gonna be people like you during it that may, you feel me, like, bro, I just can't do it today. I'm out, heat exhaustion, it getting me. Mile 18, I can go off and man, I still get my medal, I still get my stuff, man. I paid all this money for this, and like I can still get this. Like, thank you. Yeah, I didn't have to do that,
That's
but
taking
like this was
at
still.
that point. We're that's just bad, bro. That's just taken away from the sport at that point.
I
Like
don't think you
the
still did
business
18
is.
miles.
You're basically saying
18 miles is far.
you're saying satisfying the customer is more important than the integrity of completing
They
a
didn't have to
marathon.
do that. They just showing
No,
mercy.
they didn't.
They showing mercy at the end of the day. That's grace. That's grace, bro. To be honest, that's a Christian act by the
No,
LA
don't. No,
Marathon.
you're doing too much. No, you're doing too much, man.
Because this is what people don't understand is that the Lord will get. Oh, come on, y'all don't want me to preach
We could
today.
get into scripture because the Lord says suffering is good. You know what I'm saying? And you
But
know,
you know what the Lord also says, that He will
What?
give you what you can handle. Come on, can I get an amen? He will give
Hey,
you
and
what
if you can't handle, you gotta step to the side, brother. You gotta step to the side. No, but no.
No, I wanted to get on this though. I wanted to get on this, homie. Very sad story. I remember reading this though. Halloween half marathon, Disney Halloween half marathon in 2024. TikTok influencer Caleb Graves died at 35 from cardiac arrest.
Come on,
Temperatures were
why are we?
high that day. He wasn't aware of just like the real preparations coming into running a half marathon, and like he died. These stories like happen. So like
We know they happen. Why you gotta bring that up, bro?
I'm just
R.I.P.
trying to
to
tell
my
you,
man.
you making this saying that people soft for not finishing.
I never said no one was soft. All I am saying is it's taking away from the essence of the marathon. And there are people in that race. Like the marathon is a mental barrier. You're gonna have to push through some tough times. And if you're not there yet, I think you should take what you can from that 18 miles, come back to that marathon and do it again, and you'll feel better about completing it. Like, because now when you go complete the marathon, you're not going to have that medal that represented that you completed it because you already got one from the year before when you ran 18. And you might just run, there might be people now that run 18 miles every year. They go, oh, I never run the full, I just run up to
I don't know
18.
if they're gonna do that every year. We'll see.
But there's going to be people like, if that became a thing, there's definitely people that just gave up because they knew that they were just going to get a medal. And it's just like, that's not a marathon anymore. Like, it's not the same. I don't know. Maybe it made some people happy, but like at the end of the day, I feel like there's people that ran 18 miles. There's definitely people that ran that 18 miles and got their marathon thing, and they're like, "Dang, I never thought I could get this far." But there's a lot of people that ran 18 and was like, got that marathon, and they're just gonna be like, "I don't even know I have this." Like, I
I don't
didn't
know. I don't think so,
like.
bro.
I just don't think that. I don't think it really does. It takes away from the meaning of completing it, in my opinion. You could get a ribbon. There's something you could get, but different. You should differentiate what a finisher gets versus an 18-mile person. There should be a
They
difference.
should get a participant thing
If they
instead
want to
of the
give something,
finisher.
you give them participant ribbon. Like you get a shirt. You already do. You have a marathon shirt for signing up for the race and running. Like that's cool. You can talk about, oh, I did that. You accomplished something. You signed up. Cool. But like the medal should be reserved for finishing. That's what makes it special. Like that's something that pushes people to the finish line. Like ask mom about it. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like what the LA Marathon,
We too long on this subject now. We too long on this subject.
I think what the LA Marathon did, and especially to really represent the church, to really represent how Jesus loved us, and when we were broken, when we were tattered, when no one wanted us, but when we accepted Him, when we
I
showed up
don't
to the
even know
start
what this
line,
man
that's what
talking
it was
about.
about. It wasn't about finishing. Come on, somebody. It wasn't about finishing. It was about starting.
I mean,
It
Jesus
was about
finished it all. I don't know what you talking
because
about.
we. That's why we don't have to. Come on.
Nah.
That's why we don't
We
have
need to
to.
you need to pick up your
Oh my
cross,
gosh.
brother. You need to
Yeah,
pick up your
hopefully one of
cross.
these. Any Sunday. Golly. But hey, somebody that did finish the race, Nathan Martin, bro. Nathan Martin, former on the podcast before, fastest black born marathoner of all time. Nathan Martin, an amazing kick in what that last. How long is that last straightaway in the LA
I
Marathon? Is
think
that
it was
like
like 400.
No, but just even when you do that, like U-turn,
Oh, yeah, no, there's like the U-turn, it's on San Vicente. From there to the finish, you still have a little bit of ways to go. Like probably like 3-ish miles, 3-ish to 4-ish miles.
yeah, and probably Nathan Martin had one of the greatest kicks that we probably seen in history for like the marathon. Just on equivalent with like, was that the World Athletics Championships when we saw that amazing kick too? That was like amazing finish as
Went
well.
viral.
He's able to run down. Who's the guys? Michael. I just had his name. Oh, Michael Kamani Kamu. I
Yep.
believe that's how you say his name, was able to run him down. Amazing. But there was footage that was released, and I would recommend that you guys go on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, whatever, trying to look this up and see that Michael went the wrong way for a second. The lead car, kind of one of the lead cars, there's a many lead cars, went off to like the right hand side and tried to follow them, and for about what, maybe 2 seconds went the wrong way, then got back on the road. Um, may have affected Michael, but it's just crazy to see those different perspectives.
No, it is crazy because just a couple weeks before, if you guys haven't heard about what happened in the women's half marathon championships, the top three finishers were led the wrong way by the lead vehicle and probably went off for like, I think, 500 meters in the wrong way because the lead vehicle turned around and they end up taking ninth, 12th, and 13th. That's a whole controversy that we will talk to. So it's crazy that we seeing these two things happen back to back, but very different. Whereas I wouldn't blame, if you've seen the footage, I wouldn't blame what happened at the LA Marathon on that lead vehicle. I number one blame fatigue. That was a marathon.
Yeah,
The women's was a half. In a full marathon, he's coming down. He's already at mile 25, 26, about to finish. You're dead tired.
he
I
looked
don't know if this
tired.
is true. This is alleged, but I also heard that this dude took no nutrition the whole entire time,
Oh, dang.
which is like beast actually. When people are like, "Man, he should take nutrition," that's actually beast that he took no nutrition and ran like 2:11. Like what the heck? But anyways, this guy, I wouldn't blame him on lead vehicle. He was dead tired first, and then there was a Kenyan woman hyped running in front of him, and then there
I
was a
don't think she
woman
even threw him off though, to
and
be
then there
honest.
was a woman on the right running next to him. So there was a whole bunch of things that could have confused him. But I'll
Yeah.
say this, myself as a competitor, judge me how you would like. But myself as a competitor, I've been on many cross country races, different from marathon, of course, where like in club track, you learn at a young age. They take you out, you have to do a course preview. Remember those, Joshua?
Oh yeah, definitely,
You
definitely.
jogged the little course, you
Yeah.
walked the wrong way. I actually have a story for another day. I remember Caleb went the wrong way in a race and still won. But you got to know the course. And like when I was a kid, if I saw you going the wrong way, I'm not telling you nothing. You going the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like
Man, you a bad sport, bro.
no, I'm focused on myself. This is an individual sport. This is my sport. If you made the wrong right, if you went right, we supposed to go left on the cross country course, I'm dipping. And if I see that you're that tired to where you're disoriented, I'm doing what Nathan did. Cause I bet you that boy saw him. He might have
Now,
saw him.
I don't know if he saw him, but he definitely saw him.
He smelt blood is all I'm saying though. I don't know if he
Definitely,
saw him, but he smelt blood. And when you smell
definitely,
blood, you gotta attack like that.
definitely. And I unlike how we're gonna talk about the U.S. Half Marathon Championship in a second, that was definitely not on the lead car vehicle. I think that was definitely on the fatigue. Just looking at him, he looked tired, especially even just that section. That section finishing the LA Marathon is hilly
Yeah,
before you
you're going
get
uphill.
before you get to the last point two. And like that was literally like at the plateau of the hill that he turns off to the right instead of just going straight. Like that man he was in using his last bit of strength to really like finish everything that he had. And
Is there anything you think LA Marathon should have done more? Should the barricades? He was like right at the end of the he was at the beginning of where the barricades start for the
Yeah.
finish. Like, do you feel like maybe if the barricade was longer, or I guess, or was there no preventing that because he was just dehydrated and disoriented?
Well, you need a spot to where the lead, though some of those vehicles are gonna get out the way. Like they don't just
Yeah,
want the car to run down the finish line. So like I don't to me it didn't look like anything really wrong. And then I guess you could say like the Kenyan people or that was woman running next to him, but shoot, that's just you want that. You want that energy. You know what I
you
mean?
do.
Like that's the energy that we love to see. And it looked like he was dominating the competition. Like and it looked like a foregone conclusion until that happened. And then I don't know. Even without that happening, Nathan may have still caught up in some way. Like he was
I
dying.
think he would have caught up, but I don't know if he would have caught him because he had to do like a little U-turn, to be
Yeah, that
honest,
sucks.
and he barely got him.
Yeah, that does suck. But
And Nathan probably did already start his kick, to be honest. It looked like in the video, but I don't know. I feel like he knew that the dude was hurting. He had
yeah,
to.
same. Or even some of the people may have shouted at
Like,
him too.
he went the wrong way. Come on, you could get him.
Yeah, for sure. But speaking of going the wrong way, we do want to talk about the USA Half Marathon Championships, the qualifiers for the World Road Running Championships coming up later this year. Super just crazy stuff that went down. I may mess up some of this, Aaron, so I think I may lean on you to explain it more, but I'll start off with the fact of that Jess McLean, Jess Ton, she was led off astray in what mile, Aaron?
It was at the last mile, mile 12.
It was like with not too much left. It was like
No, it was, yeah, there was only like a mile or so, maybe even a little less left.
and she gets led astray going the wrong way with Edna Kurgat and Emma Grace Hurley uh, right behind her, about like not too far off of her, maybe about like 10 seconds, but it looked like it was or not even that, maybe 10 or 20 seconds behind them. It looked like a foregone conclusion that Jess McLean was going to win this race, but led off going the wrong way. Molly Bourne ends up winning the race. Besides Jess McLean or Edna Kurgai or Emma Grace Hurley, they all finish 19th place and on, and the controversy ensued about the lead car going the wrong way and who should go to the spot to the Road Running Championships, and then people pulling Emily Bourne and others saying that they won't even go to the championship if USATF doesn't bring Jess McLean and things of that nature. So that's a little bit of an overview. Aaron, do you want to go into a little bit more of the details?
Yeah, and just to clarify, so Jess McLean, Emma Grace Hurley, and Edna Kurgat ended up taking ninth, 12th, and 13th. It was around mile 12 that somewhere around mile 12, they ended up being let off the course about for 500 meters. And I want to make it clear, they were, I don't know the exact time, but they were much far ahead
Hmm.
of fourth, fifth, and sixth, or whoever would follow there. Now, this is insane because the half marathon championships, and it's written in the bylaws. This is where it is determined on who is going to be selected for the US team. And then they're saying that there's one at large spot. And if first, second, and third, who was all switched up, decline to go, then it goes over to the next, which would be fourth, but they say only up to fourth and fifth. And in my mind, the first thing I thought, I was like, oh, this could be like a women's protest where they keep on going down and everyone, denies it. But the issue with that too is that, Jess McLean got ninth, and then second in place ended up getting 12th and 13th. So right now, the biggest thing that I thought of like before even going overseas, the first thing I thought was like, my money. Where's my money? Like, y'all took money out of my pocket. It was 20K for the winner. And it was obviously the race's fault. So big shout out to Atlanta Track Club for coming in and paying these athletes because as a road athlete, track and field athlete,
Yeesh.
20K is really not even that much for the prize winning. So that can tell you how much that really means. And then on top of that, if you want to go behind the curtain, there's bonuses that are
Yeah.
built into these people's contracts. So there could have been in Jess McClain's contract if she won that, she maybe her bonus could be twice the amount of what she's getting for winning the race, you know? So that's a huge L. Um, so USATF has came out and they said on the record that they will have Jess McClain, Edna Kurgat, and what is her?
Emma Grace Hurley.
Emma Grace as first, second, and third, but it's still not to be determined if they're going to be able to go to world championships, even though the other women that actually ended up finishing first, second, and third have already said, hey, we're good not to go so these other women can go. And it's going to have to go to a vote at the World Athletics Council on March 18th, March 19th. So we're kind of sitting in limbo with the situation. But last thing I'll say, and then I'll pass it over to you for your thoughts, is this is a great example of the track community really coming together. Because if you follow track and field, we're late to telling you this story. You've already heard it a million times everywhere. And the women came out and spoke, like from Jess McClain and the Kurgat, like and Josh Cox, their agent, they came out and spoke about it. But then the women that ended up finishing first, second, and third, for them to come out and be like, hey, we'll sit this out, as well. It really pushed USATF to have to like go to bat and do something about it. So shout out to the running community for putting pressure because at first it seemed like they weren't going to do anything to try and remedy the situation, which was clearly not like the LA Marathon. It was clearly their fault.
Yeah. And this is a crazy situation as whole. USATF, I think, had a I skimmed through a lot of their statement. It was a couple pages on Instagram, so I'm like, dang, golly. But it was a good statement. It seemed like, from my eyes and my perspective, it looks like they're really trying to work to try and figure out the best solution with everything. They do have two podiums, though. I will say they still have the podium with Molly Bourne leading the way, and so Jess McClain and Edna Kurgat and Emma Grace Hurley are all going to be awarded like USATF points that's on like their road running system for like the year. So like they're gonna be able to get those top level type points, and the Kurgat and Emma Grace Hurley are awarded not second and third. They're both awarded that silver medal because they didn't know who was gonna win that race, but it was clear that Jess McClain would win if everything would go well, if the lead car didn't go out just too crazy. But I think the real story here in the conversation piece is the fact that someone like Molly Bourne, and that's because it's the message that I see, she's someone that said that she won't take the spot. Being someone winning a national championship, I think for any high school, any person starting out and running and professionally, any college runner, any person in club track is a dream to win a national championship. But after this happened on Instagram, she said in her race that I do not feel like the winner of the 2026 USATF Half Marathon Championships because I know I should not actually be the winner. She goes on to say that she didn't see the top three ladies make the wrong turn. And she says that if a spot on the world team for Copenhagen is offered to me, I do not plan to take it regardless of who it goes to because I did not fairly win. Here's the hoping that there can be changes to the rules in this exceptional circumstance so that there may be some big justice for the returners who were wronged. And when I first read that, I was like, truthfully, I was really like, I don't know if I would do that. And then my next thing was all like, well, props to her. Like, that's real integrity. Like, because, and then I went back to thinking, like, man, would I do that? Does that make me kind of like kind of weird for, is that the normal response to like to be on like, yeah, stand up, like I'm not gonna do that because like I know she doesn't feel like the winner, but it's also you did win though, you know? Like if a going back to cross country, Aaron, and this is a simpler thing than half marathon, but
Yeah,
if the course is just if the course is laid out the wrong way, and then I win the state championship, I don't know.
I
I think
won.
I'm the state champion.
I'm the state in that situation. I'm the state champion. I don't care what you say.
Like I'm gonna
I don't
go up to
care
the person
what
and
you
be all like,
say.
"Dang, that's crazy! Like that's so wild."
But
But
I didn't do that to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not on me. It's not on me to remedy the situation. And in that situation, I'm like, that is not on me. That's not. I had nothing. I wasn't working with them to make them go. You make them lead you the wrong way. So yeah, I think it's very admirable what these women are doing and being like, yeah, like if it's offered to me, I wouldn't race, but like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. If it was offered to me, I think it all depends on your situation. I'm always gonna bring in the reality of the finances in this situation of track and field and what's on your contracts and what that means. You know what I'm saying?
uh,
Like, that could be the difference of you eating today or tomorrow, you know, or you getting re-upped on your contract. So that's a huge deal for her to be like, because like, let's say this is, and this is, I'm being serious. Some people might think this is messed up. I'm being so serious. Let's say if that was like your daughter, that's your partner or whatever, and she's talking to you about this, I'd be like, girl, what if we go over to Copenhagen and you win? What if this is your opportunity? Like, what if you win? This is the best shape you've been in, you know?
yes,
And
you still got third place. Like, I mean, fourth
like,
place technically, I guess if you want to look at it that way.
I know she definitely is on my side with that LA marathon thing, but
Okay, okay. No, but I think it comes down to it's all like I don't know. I don't think Molly Bourne has represented.
well, she won. I just looked up. She won CAM. She won CAM this year. Yeah, I don't think that she has represented the U.S. before. So I think it comes down to if I was in that situation and I really felt bad and guilty about accepting it, I would go to that athlete, just the other girls, and I'd be like, hey, like, it's an unfortunate situation. They're not gonna like if it comes back on March 18th and they're like, no, they can't go, but Molly could go. It's like, do you sit and protest that against USATF and World Athletics? Is it better to protest it? All the women come together and protest it, or do you take your shot? That's really because what is going to happen on March 18th, March 19th, if they do say, nope, Jess McClain, Edna Kerrigan, they not going, we picking the three that won the race, and those three are like, no, we're not going to go. What
Then
if no? Or do we just not send anyone from the U.S.? Does the U.S. just protest the whole thing? Is that what's gonna happen?
that's what it looks like. The U.S. is just not going to have anyone compete, which is like you said is admirable. And I don't think it's a wrong. And by presenting what we said, I don't think we're presenting it as that like she made the wrong answer. I don't think there is a wrong or a right answer to this. Like
Yeah.
USATF made it to this. Like this is a difficult, uncomfortable position to be in, and like probably, and it probably is like being able to stand with your community, and that is there's certainly power with that. But I'm just thinking as a fan of the sport, someone that's never been at that level, if you offered me the ability to make a US team, things happen in racing all the time that's not fair, to people. And that's the unfortunate thing. And that's the fun part about it too. But sometimes this may just feel just unfortunate and whatnot. Yeah. But
Would you feel
hopefully
like you're
we'll
taking
see.
something away from that athlete if you went?
Would I feel like that?
Yeah, if you were Molly and Jessica Kane couldn't go, but they're like, Molly could go, would you feel like you're taking away an opportunity from her?
I wouldn't feel, I don't think it's right to feel Now I'm saying like I wouldn't think it's right to. I don't think Molly has the right to feel that way, or she shouldn't have to feel that way. To be honest, like you're not taking, they're not allowing her to go. Like
Yeah.
that's just the rules. You know what I mean? So like you should take it. You're not take you didn't take that from her. Like that's just how the cards were played, and like this is your chance to like show up, and like sometimes things just happen to where it's all like a door opens up to where it's like, oh wow, you never know what you can get from it. But it's also yeah, it's an if that's how your integrity feels, and that's you're convicted in that, all power to you as well. I don't know. That's interesting. Interesting conversation.
Yeah, I think yeah, to close it out, it's you got to do whatever I guess you think is best. Because yeah, I don't know what will come from a protest if it comes down to that, but these opportunities are. It's just unfortunate that that the responsibility is being put onto the athletes, and like that's just what it comes down to. Like they shouldn't feel like they're making a decision that's either like with the athletes or against the athletes. They were just there to run a race,
Yeah.
and it's on World Athletics to create the whatever decision they make. It's on World Athletics. It just should not. The athletes shouldn't have to suffer because of it, but they are going to regardless. Because if those three girls go that across the finish line first, then the girls that went the wrong way are gonna suffer. Like everyone's gonna suffer unless they send all six of them.
Yeah.
So
Do we got enough time for Fred Kerley real quick?
let's talk about that. We could try. We went in on the LA Marathon. We sorry, but we could try. Let's try and go a little bit. This is the probably the biggest news.
I really don't have anything to say about. Well, there's well, you can go deep into this, to be honest, because I think from the what I've seen, AIU used some questionable language to describe Fred Kerley as well, and
what
just
they say?
like didn't they
Uh-oh.
say like him? They were saying that he was being like a disturbance or things of that nature, or like just communicating with him. Wasn't that something? Dang, hopefully I'm not wrong. I seen something like that.
But let's just lay it out for the people real quick. I'm not gonna go deep. So Fred Kerley recently got a 2-year ban for whereabouts failure. So that means he missed 3 tests with the AIU, the Athletics Integrity Unit. They're the ones that test people. He missed three. He had 3 missed tests in a 12-month span. I think these all occurred in 2024, from what I've researched. And now he's banned up to August 11th, 2027. And all of his results from like December 6th to through 2025 are erased. He didn't really do much in that time. But since then, Curly's response on social media has been it's been highly entertaining. If y'all didn't see, like he had this post where he was like breaking through a wall and like the wad of people were grabbing on him and stuff, and he's like, I won't be silent. And he was just talking really about, and we've heard this before in the past with like Christian Coleman and others, and how the whereabouts system just doesn't favor the athletes. It's like they gotta check in on this app 365 down to like an hour window. They gotta, if they just miss a call, that counts as a missed test and all of these things. And then Curly also talked about how like why when athletes get banned for drugs they aren't investigating, the support camp. He also talked about therapeutic exemptions, like why are those allowed? And he's bringing up all of
Mm.
all of these different like questions and things about it, and he's making a lot of noise. And we all know too, we talked about it already, he's signed up for the enhanced games, which to a lot of people they're like, hey, that doesn't bode well um, for it. But he's just had so much going on in the past year, like with the things he was dealing with in his personal life, which he was cleared from. But it's unfortunate, man. We not gonna see Fred Curley, one of the biggest entertainers, for the next 2 years. We're gonna see him doing something, but he's not gonna be in these track meets. And I don't know. It kind of feels like the old guard of sprinting is gone. Like, I don't know. It's like Fred Kerley out for 2 years. Christian Coleman, it seems like he hasn't been where he's wanted to be.
Mhm.
You know, Marvin Bracey is on a ban. Arion Knighting is out right now on
No,
a ban.
the old guard's definitely is gone. You got Jordan
Yeah,
Anthony winning the 60 and what, like 4 years ago, he was like a high school phenom, like, and committed to, for was it first Kentucky to go play football and run track. And then like Trayvon Bromell is like the oldest dude really out there now, and he's gonna be Michael Rogers in a couple in a couple of years. You feel me? Like still make it teens, but just gonna be the older dude out there. But I did see I seen this from Citius Mag when they posted, like they said the tribunal called his conduct not just negligent but reckless, and was frankly astonished. So like that's where like the reckless thing, I was like, dang, that's kind of, I
we
don't
don't
know.
know what that means.
We could drive deeper into that. How they trying to call that what he was doing was reckless.
I don't know. And I feel like we'll never know, like, exactly why he missed the test when he did. But I, yeah, I guess I don't really know what more to add to it. Those are just like the facts that we know right now. And I don't know. I'm like, what does that mean? I guess I was trying to think of like, what does that mean for sprinting moving forward? And I guess it's like just opens another door for a Jordan Anthony or someone else, to come in and take some of that attention.
The thing that I don't like, and that's my first time really, I should have read more into it, but that's my first time really hearing about how you were talking about he was bringing all that other stuff up. Like, I think I
Yeah.
wish that was brought more to the light instead of just being reported on like the bans of things, because, and maybe this becomes from, well, I don't even think because of that, but just from I feel like Fred, especially in the past year and whatnot, at times have been painted into like a bad light,
Yeah.
when in a lot of cases, like I think Fred Kerley is a good dude. You feel me?
For
And
sure.
he's
Fred,
a,
shout out
like how you
Fred. Fred,
said,
great dude.
he's an entertainer in a lot of ways, and like he does like love doing this sport, and where like he came from to get out of. This dude is someone that we need in the sport of track and field, but from like I think, because I'm trying to word this in a good way, because I remember we would talk about Black Air Force energy, who got the most Black Air Force energy in the sport, and like it came down to like Fred Kerley and like Marvin Bracey, you feel me? But I feel like over the past year, that has been turned to like the negative side
Yeah.
almost
We gonna
into
talk
it.
talk about it, brother. You talking about now you trying to get into it, how they treat this, how they
I was
treat
trying to end it
us,
quickly,
how they
but
treat us.
people are trying to switch up that narrative a little bit, and that's the part where I'm all like, that feels, I guess the best way for it feels icky to me. I'm all like, dang, bro, like I don't want Fred Kerley's legacy, his career, to be tarnished in any type of way, because this dude has the one of the deepest bags in history. Like the marks that he's been able to put down are insane, and be able, like really astonishing type career, being able to run the 400 to the 100, and to do all that he did. I don't want that to be tarnished, and it feels like it is from the
And that's
inside
what they
out.
do.
So
And we have to bring on somebody else to talk about this that's in the game. And it's like, it is true. It is true. He is not tested positive. I'll say it again. This man did not test positive for anything. He missed tests. He didn't test positive for anything.
yeah,
So we can't say. But in track and field world, if you miss 3 tests, like they basically say, you're guilty now. You're
yeah.
guilty. And they really do put that on you. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know. You know what I mean? And like I feel like Fred is someone, when we talk about, we've been talking a lot on this podcast about, like, track and field's a hard sport, bro. You got to go get that money. There's not much of it. You know what I'm saying? And like him joining the enhanced games is like, hey, like if I'm getting banned for these whereabouts failures for whatever I think is not fair, I got to go do this type of race to get this money. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to survive. Like you talk about where he came from. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking about with the half marathon thing. I'm like, yo, like I need my money. Like
Hmm.
I need to eat. Like, there's some Kenyans out there, like they need to eat, bro. Like these people coming from like third world countries, this is not a game. So I understand his passion behind this, and a lot of athletes, I don't know, I feel like as we've done this podcast and we've seen these things, I've definitely grown more of like empathy for like positions that athletes are in, whether it's like a race or it's something with like like drugs. But it's just sad when you see it happen, man. That's all. I don't really
Yeah.
know. It's just
Nah.
sad when you see it happen.
No, yeah, definitely there's some people that are like stand bearers for our sport. Like if I were, a couple years from now or even now, if like who's some of the most exciting people that you like to watch? Fred Kerley, and for a lot of the people that do get whereabouts failures or they get popped too, like those are some of the most exciting people to watch at that moment. And
But go back to a podcast I said. It's that type of stuff. I don't know. I have like a opinion of like somewhat of like it's sad, but it's a reality of our sport. Like these things happen. People get banned and then they're allowed to come back.
yeah,
Shelby Houlihan is back and she doing her thing. She doing her thing. I'm not just gonna always be like, oh, Shelby Houlihan, she ate the burrito, da 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 da. Like, bro, it's over. She did what she had to do, and she's back. Like, and when Fred Kerley is back, he's back. You know, I don't think that should be his entire. I don't think his whole entire legacy should rest on that. And I think he'll be remembered more of, like you said, someone with like the deepest bag that brought a different type of energy to the sport. I don't really think this is going to stop him in the way some people think it is.
we'll see. We'll see. And some people are I was seeing saying that this may be perfect timing, 2-year ban, come back 2028, Olympic trials, compete in the LA Olympics.
We'll see though, because his ban is up until like August
Oh,
of
for real.
what was it? August. I had it written down
Oh,
here.
August 12th.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 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 no,
August.
no, no. No, no. August 2027.
Okay, yeah.
Thought him.
2027. You're right. He'll be
Oh, yeah.
back then.
He'll be back. Yeah.
He'll be back.
Because I think his ban already started. Like, yeah. All
Cause
right.
these years. Wait, no, is that 20? I don't know. I'm gonna have to check on that, y'all. Because two
But
says 2 years. Then if we've already started, I don't know, but we'll see.
I think it's already like, because usually, like, I don't think they usually announce it and then the ban starts. Like, I think it's already like he's been suspended for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all right. I think this podcast was way longer than we expected. But
No, but we
appreciate y'all.
appreciate y'all coming in, listening. We'll have another one for you all next week. This week we just wanted to catch up on some track and field, road running type of news with y'all. But let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about. Yeah, leave it in the rate review. Leave it right there. What you think, Joshua?
We gotta figure that out because low key this is just like talking on top. We should put that on the like YouTube. You can do like post on YouTube. Maybe we should do that low key. We can also do it on Instagram too. Uh, we gotta think about it.
But yeah, if y'all listen this deep into it too, we really do appreciate y'all because y'all really love us. But we're gonna keep on coming at y'all. We're gonna get better every single time because that's what we do, baby. Every Tuesday.
Let's get it. See y'all next week.